are here now with Bethany Mota, who's a social media superstar. Yes, she has over 25 million followers and more than 1 billion views on YouTube. And now she's revealing how she did it all in her new book, Make Your Mind Up. Bethany, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, we're happy that you're here. And, you know, a lot of people would go, it's a memoir. She's so young. But I think the thing about you, you speak to your generation, to this generation. And one thing about the book, you talk about having a rough time growing up. And if you could give yourself a version of this book growing up, what out of this book would you have taken from that?
Well, one of my favorite parts of this book and one of my biggest goals was to speak on bullying and body image and self-confidence because when I was 12 years old, I was cyberbullied, which is also what got me into YouTube. And so I would say the overarching idea of this book, even though it has the lifestyle stuff as well, is to face your fears and to remember to love yourself and to accept failures. Like, there's so much that I've learned. I still have a lot to learn, but I think the #1 thing I've learned is that challenges are really an opportunity to grow and learn. And I think that my experience online is a great representation of that. So that's what I want to show to the world and hopefully inspire other people with, is my story. And
that's an important message, especially for the kids out there who are being bullied. And you've taken that and you've made it into a positive thing for yourself. And the one thing about you, very creative. And
Thanks.
I'm wondering, what tools do you use to come up with these creative ideas?
Well, I use a lot of boards. Like I like to create vision boards because I feel for me it's like I'm a very visual person. So even if I'm coming up with video ideas or whatever it may be, I'm always like pinning stuff. And I also use an app called Real-Time Board, and I love it because it's like endless. You can just like scroll forever and add sticky notes and photos. And also music is kind of like #1 thing for me whenever I'm brainstorming. If I just have music on, you know, everywhere I go, I always have my headphones. I just feel like it kind of gets me in this creative mood. And music just affects my mood in general, and sometimes a song can inspire an entire project for me.
And you know what? You have 25 million followers, over 1 billion views, as we said earlier, and your followers are called motivators. I love that. And we have a few motivators in our audience. We want to ask you a question, and our first is Alyssa, who is sitting right here. Alyssa, what do you have?
Hi. So sometimes I can feel discouraged when I want to pick up a camera and connect with others. So I was wondering how you gained the courage to kind of create your own voice on YouTube.
Well, it took me, honestly, a couple months before I made the first video, and what was holding me back was fear. And I told myself, nah, I'm not afraid, like I just don't want to do it. I think sometimes we do that where there's something we really, really want in life, but we tell ourselves, oh, that's just not for me, or I wasn't meant to do that, when in reality, it's just fear of failing and fear of judgment from other people. That's what it was for me, because I was very shy and I was scared of being criticized. Then I reached a point where I just didn't want to be controlled by that anymore, and I realized that I didn't have to be, and so I embraced the fact that I could make the decision to just do it. And it was scary and uncomfortable, but anytime I've just done something regardless of fear, I've always grown and learned from that. And now I try to continue that every day in my life by doing even small things that scare me.
Well, you know what? You're motivated, for real. And Bethany, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on the book. And everybody, make your mind up. It is out this morning. Very good lesson to be learned in the book. So everybody check that out.